Hi there, hope you're all doing well. This week I got myself a Ratmen Bard painted up for Age of Fantasy Quest. To get started, I primed them black and base coated the bulk of the clothing with lead grey. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You can also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been hobbied on, or just hang out and chat. I hope you enjoy the video and find it useful. Starting on the mid-tone, I moved up to ash grey and went around the bulk of the clothing again, leaving that lead grey in the deeper recesses between the folds. The first of the highlights is done using a mixture of ash grey and English grey. Finishing off the highlights, I went across the tops of the folds with a few scratchy brush strokes, giving these parts a little extra texture, using pure English grey. That is all of the grey done, so next up I grabbed dark Fleshtone and base coated the trim and the belt. While this isn't a large area, it seems to take a while since I am painting around the grey parts and it would be too much effort to fix a mistake if I get some on these parts. The first of the highlights is done by mixing in some Scarlet red and bringing up the areas in the light. Added a little extra into the shadows to build up a gradient from the deepest shadow. All of the raised parts now get a quick once over with pure Scarlet red, adding more of a gradient up towards the center of the raised parts. The centers of the raised parts and the edges get a final highlight by mixing in some demon red. The majority of this step is just the edges, since the centers of these raised parts are so small. Getting a base coat onto a few parts at the same time now, I used charred brown over all of the leather and wooden parts, including the base. Separating the parts out now, I added a quick highlight to the leather parts with British khaki in a scratchy pattern around the edges just to give them a worn look. Since the leather is a small area, this is the only highlight these parts get, which is the main reason I'm going around the edges now. Getting variation into the wood, I went with Noble Steed Brown, going around the edges on the flatter panels and bringing up the wood grain on the base. Starting on the main bright colour of the Mini, the skin, I went with warm grey to base coat over all of the skin except for the tail, as this is going to be pink. I go around with a couple of coats of this just to make sure there isn't any black showing through, as that would stand out way too much with this. The mid-tone of the fur is done by mixing in some Trooper white and going around with a scratchy pattern. This is mainly going to be for texture and variation. I tried to keep these scratches going in the same direction though, as I have a feeling a bard would be well groomed and not have messy hair. Finishing off the fur, I used pure Trooper white, going around the sharper edges and just the areas in the face facing upwards. With the fur all finished, I get the tail base coated with salmon, a nice desaturated pink tone, which is then highlighted with a little bit of Trooper white thrown in just across the upper parts of the tail. The final step of this Mini is a few small metal parts which are done with a once over of gunmetal. And that would be it for the Ratmen Bard. I don't get the eyes done on camera, but they are just dotted in with some demon red just to finish them off and make them stand out. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You can also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been hobbying on, or just hang out and chat. For those of you who want to pick up some painter supplies or some new minis, there are a couple of affiliate links in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, don't forget to drop the like and subscribe for more content. Most importantly though, be kind to each other.